Like a Hellcat.
Hey guys, Coyote here, and today we are playing What Remains of Edith Finch. Now, I've played this game before in the past, but it's been a while. But anyway, let's get straight into this game. This is going to be a bit of a longer video. But yeah, let's get into it.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
It's been a while since I've recorded a gaming video, but yeah. First time I tried to record with this microphone, my audio didn't pick up too well. I'm hoping
I lived here until I was
fine this
11,
time.
but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Yeet that gate up.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Yeah, it's good on it.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Alright, I'm trying to see if I remember how to get into the house now. I don't think it's the front door.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Oh wait, no, I remember. There's hair in my mouth. Oh, so it's the doggy door. Cat flap, whatever it's called.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Wait, we didn't walk around the kitchen, did we? We'll do a quick walk around the kitchen.
Instead of a family, there were just memories of one. After Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got pretty sick of salmon. Except our cat, Molly. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Right, I think that's enough exploring.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Calvin and Sam.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Oh, that's a shelf. Tried to look through the peephole on a shelf. That ain't possible. Oh, Molly. She was 10.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Jesus.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Yeah, sorry I won't be doing much talking in this video, guys.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
He's pretty much a lot of listening in this game.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door.
Alright, so this is where we get into the story.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Sorry, I guess skip that, guys. I didn't mean to.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Do you mind, bus? It's a school bus.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Okay, my door's starting to blow open because of the wind. Last time my window opened, it's really warm in here.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Jesus, don't eat your goldfish, kid.
I kept eating and eating. I ate a lot of things that night.
Yeah, I don't think they're edible.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Oh, come on, I pretty much have that bird. Yeet.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Wait, where'd the bird go? Up there. Yeah. Yeah.
The babies were all gone.
Have you? Come here, bird. Yeah.
I jumped and I almost got her.
I'm an angry
I
pussycat.
could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up.
No, falling out of trees.
And suddenly,
Jeez.
I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Where? 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 I don't even see any grass.
Rabbits.
Where? Level. Ah, I'm on the chase. I see him. That one. Not this one. Got it. Got a weapon.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit.
Incoming!
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
I'm sorry, what now? Well, that's imagination. And bad camera angles. Oh, flippity flop. I'm flippity flopping.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
I see that. I see that. I see
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Where'd it go? Blood. Get it. I'll have that seal. It dodged me. How did it dodge me? God, all the controls have like, inverted themselves. Where'd it go? Oh, now I lost it. Damn it. Oh, it's there. Oh,
I grabbed on tight, but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
a complete monster.
I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Drunken sailor, what shall we do with a drunken sailor? His belly was rusting.
Passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer.
Well, this is the kids' room.
all my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
So we'll do one more story and then end this video.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Well, one or two. Did I shoot a cat? What? I can climb out the window. That does not look safe.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
And the game's over.
Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Well, this is a very pink bathroom. That's definitely a plastic garden chair. I was like, that is definitely a plastic garden chair.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Right, I'm gonna like not do that because there's one in this room that I saw when I walked in.
Her room was like a museum.
But we'll do this first.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Anyway, right, I'll do the next story because that's a real short one.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Yeah, one quick story, I think.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed.
There's a secret in this bathroom by Sven and Edie Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Oh, that's cool.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Yeah, one more quick story.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Right, let's do this last story and then end this video.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
God, this
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Okay then. So that's gonna be the last story for this video, guys. Just got anything to say about it?
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Oh. Okay guys, so that does it for this video, yeah. Sorry it's not a super long one actually, because I did say in the beginning it's going to be a longer video. Sorry it's not a super long one, I've like, just...
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Yeah, I've not really been in like the mood to kind of record at the minute. There's a lot going on in my personal life at the moment, which don't think I'm going to talk about on video, but anyway, I'm going to try and get more into a few more gaming videos these upcoming couple of weeks, sort of try and start recording and editing a few more videos, but yeah, sorry if I don't stick to that. I am going to try. There's no promises on whether or not I'm going to be able to do that, but it's just something I'm going to try and do. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.